I would love to help you determine in your life what is in your life that's motivated by fear, and become a genuine person, become a genuine self. Your free self, your person without fear gets to do and say and become and experience things that you've never even dreamed possible. But the majority of people are motivated by fear. They do what they do and they act the way they act because they're afraid not to, or because they're afraid of a situation, and so they've modified their behavior to protect themselves. And most of our culture is actually feeding that fear. Since we're in third grade, we've been fed fear. You have to learn this stuff or you're not going to get a job. And it just goes on and on and on and on. The reasons that we do things is because we're afraid of something that hasn't yet happened. Based on fear. You get two guys with a flaming sword running toward the cliff. One of them could be completely crazy and one of them could be the bravest guy you ever met. But you don't know, because the external personality type on the 16 personality chart, they're going to measure the same thing, but they're not the same guy. It's the same way the life of the party. The life of the party can't stand silence. They're afraid of silence. They're afraid of not being recognized. They're afraid of, without fear, you're free. Fear, freedom. Those who know the truth will set them free. There's no possible way to know the truth if you're afraid not to discover the truth. It's one of the things in almost every religion in the world, their primary motivation, the very first thing you get when you go to churchianity or most religions, is you get a fear-based reason for believing the things you believe. If you don't believe our doctrines, our statement of faith, our structure, you're going to die and go to hell. That's the immediate, whether you're going to die and go to hell is not the argument. I'm not even arguing their point. I'm just saying that it's the motivation for believing what they believe. So you denominationalize yourself. If you don't believe Pope, pastor, sermon, bishop, guy, who's been here before us and his parents knew that before him, if you don't actually believe him, then you're in opposition to the truth. That's not the way we're supposed to discover truth. We're supposed to help. We don't have to motivate people by fear. If we do, we turn off intellect. That's the current condition of modern day religion, modern day science, modern day philosophy, modern day economics. We've turned off intelligence. We normally educate most of our children by the time they're in third grade. We educate them out of intelligence, and we continue to do so throughout all of their life and all of their history. And it's every arena of life. Address fear. I'm going to help you get through the process. The very first thing is recognition. You got to recognize, okay, there's probably something. What's going to happen is you'll realize maybe one or two in the surface, because most of the techniques of fear are so well hidden, you don't even know how afraid you really are. But you start addressing the ones that are the biggest ones, the things that cause you emotion almost every time, whether it's fear of public speaking, whether it's fear of dogs, whether it's fear of, start taking the ones that are the most obvious for you and start making a list. Then start making a list of the things that you are best at, and then ask yourself this question: what am I afraid of that makes me be really good at this? And you're going to start discovering that there's a tremendous amount of stuff in your life that you've been told. Now, it's not the voice of your parent, the voice of your older brother who punched you in the face, or the group of kids who beat you up on the playground. That's not the voice that's being retold to you. It's your voice. You actually replace their voice with yours, and you're telling yourself a story. Because it's not their story that matters. It's what you believed about the story. It's your consciousness. It's your inner person that is saying something that's echoing the thing that they've already told you, and you said it in a way that you believe it. It's better for me to come alongside of you and help you and assist you so that you can be your own voice, be your own rescue. And so, how do you replace the voice? It's actually pretty simple to do. But most people, the reason I say most people won't do it, is because people are afraid to remove their fears.